is Claudia here from the Bookkeeping Experts. I'm back for more information on QuickBooks and here to help you understand what's going on with the new interface and the integration that is not working right now. Today we're going to talk about Shopify, and we're going to talk about a solution we came up for those of you who are struggling to find out what to do when you try to match everything and nothing is actually working. So we're going to go straight into QuickBooks Online, and we're going to show you what is the solution that we have found for you in order to be able to categorize everything and reconcile and match all the sales from Shopify. Okay, here we go into QuickBooks Online. So we know that the integration is not working very well. So a lot of you have experienced that. The transactions are coming as individual transactions. And what it happens is that you may see the lump sum, but it's breaking down in little pieces. And when you try to accept them, sometimes it doesn't work. And of course, QuickBooks is working on that. It is a work in progress, and we hope that in the near future they'll be able to fix it. But until then, we have come up with a solution, and that's by entering a monthly journal entry that will break down all the sales, all sales taxes, and everything, where the money is going to, all the liabilities, and so on and so forth. So what we are doing is a journal entry, and I'm going to show you how we're going to break it down and what kind of reports do you need from Shopify to be able to fill in the blanks. All right, so we're going to create a journal entry, and we're going to create a recurring journal entry so you don't have to invent the wheel every month. Okay, so in order to do that, we're going to go ahead and click on the top right hand side menu, on the little gear menu, and we're going to go to recurring transactions. And here we are, and we're going to do a new, and we're going to make it a journal entry. And we're not going to do schedule. It has to be unscheduled. Very important. And we're going to name this template Shopify monthly sales. And we're going to show you, we have done another one already. We're going to show you how it looks like. So we have all the recurring transaction here. We have Shopify sales. We're going to go ahead and click on use. And this is how it looks like. Okay, so this is each month. You're just going to click on the recurring transaction and put the date that you are applying this sales for. So in this case, I'm going to do January 31st. And this is just plug in all the details, okay? And this is not gift card redemption. Let me just delete that. So that's cash. This is not gift card. That one is, but this ones are not. Okay. First of all, what kind of report do you need in Shopify? We need the summary, the sales finance summary, and you can find it by going into analytics, finance, or reports, and then finances summary. That's the name of the report. Okay. So analytics, all reports, and then finance summary. So what numbers are we looking here? We're looking at the gross sales, the discount, the shipping charges, the taxes, and of course the total sales. That we're not going to be entering this number, but everything needs to match. And then the other number we're going to be looking at, and of course, we're looking at the net sales that needs to match this number, right? So which is the gross sales minus the discount. Okay, and then we're gonna need the numbers of how this money, how it was paid. Shopify payments would be credit card payment. Shopify installment would be financing. And of course, we have cash as well. Sometimes you may have other options such as third-party apps. That gets a little bit more complicated, and we would have to cover that on another video. But this is good enough for us right now, and this is what we are going to be looking at. And we're gonna bring back our journal entry. Okay, so what kind of information are we gonna need? We also need the information for the transaction fee or processing fee, and I'll show you where to get that information. Is you can get it through the payout list, but the only thing is that in Shopify there's no like summary of the processing fee of merchant fees. There's just a payout, and there is a column over there for processing fee. You just have to send it over to Excel and then calculate that manually, because there's no summary information report on that. Okay, so here it is, Shopify sale. I'm looking at the total sales right there, and I'm just gonna plug in the number. And that number for this company is 4420 with 31. So I'm looking at the top number, the gross sales. And then I'm going to take a look at the discounts. And I'm going to plug it in. Okay, now keep in mind, sales is going to be credit. Discount is a counter income. So it's going to be a debit. And refunds is the same thing. Okay, this one doesn't have any refund. Okay, we're gonna add the shipping. Shipping charges is actually income. Okay. Sales tax. All right. And there's no gift card sales on this one, so we're just gonna put a 0 here. If there is none, you just put a 0. Same thing here. There's no redemption either. So sometimes you have on that report, you have gift card redemption. So there is gift card sales and gift card redemption. So gift card sales is going to be a liability because you're increasing the liability. Gift card redemption will be a debit. So credit for gift card sales and debit for redemption. So when you actually redeem the gift card, you will be debiting it to lower the liability. Okay, so we're going to put here the amount that was paid in cash, and in this case was $94.83. We're going to put the amount that was paid with credit card, that in this case was $44.81.55. And in this case, we don't have any finance. We do have the fees in this case. And the fees, you can go into payout summary, like I said, and it's going to look like this list. Okay. And it's going to say the date. This is the total sale. This is refunds. Payout is right, or merchant fee is right here. So you can just calculate and get your total, which is in this case $152.58. So that's the number we're going to put into the merchant fees. And it's going to be a debit because that debit is taking out of the total sales, right? Because that's your cost. All right. So like I said, if you have other form of payments, then you would be putting over here, okay? Now there might be a difference here, which there is. Sometimes the difference has to do as beginning of the month, because it's not going to be deposited until the beginning of the month, or it was for a prior month. So in this case, it's only $29.56. We're okay with that. I suppose it is like a sale that was supposed to happen in December, but ended up being deposited in January. So we would be okay with that. So this is how we fill it out according to the report that we have. and we have the date as January 31st. We're going to save here. And keep in mind, before you do this journal entry, you do need to have all the accounts set up, all the Shopify accounts into the chart of accounts, as well as the clearing accounts for Shopify. Okay, so usually I create like a bank account for the Shopify, and I create the sub accounts which are the payment accounts, which is Shopify credit card, Shopify finance, Shopify cash, and the gift card should have been created already as a liability, should be going into the balance sheet. Okay, so this is what we're gonna save. You can save and close, and this is gonna create a journal entry or a deposit balance into the clearing account, and we're gonna go ahead and reconcile the transactions right now. Okay, so first thing that I wanted to tell you, you can go into all and select all the transactions. Keep in mind that this actually is not the right account. Okay, let's go ahead and okay, and usually what I want to do is just say I'm going to put a zero balance, because at the end of the day it should be zero, but sometimes it's not zero because there's some pending transactions that didn't clear. But by doing this, I'll be able to know for sure if it worked out or not. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to verify if the payouts are all here. And the way that we click on payments, and we're going to use the transaction list to go over it. And I'm going to look at the payouts here according to the net payout, not the gross. Okay. And we're going to go over each of those transactions, and I can verify and make sure that they are all here. Okay, and after verifying that everything is here, you can go ahead and make sure that everything is selected here, that it was deposited. This is all the payments that we already received. Okay, and the deposit should match our transaction. Now the difference here is because there was a beginning balance, and there shouldn't have been a beginning balance, should have been zero. But because this is just a sample account, there is a balance. Okay, but the way I'm going to calculate this difference here is the 4481.55 minus 4379 gives us 102.55. Now we should have had payment for the fees. If not, it was just sent to another one. Okay, now the merchant fees actually goes as an expense. Okay, and this is gonna take out from the total. And there is a difference of $102.55. That is just showing me that probably one of those deposits didn't get deposited until the following month. So how do I make sure? Okay, in this case, like I said, it is just a sample account, but the way I would look at bank transactions, and I would go into that bank account and look for transactions in February, and if that transaction was already deposited in February, because some of the last payments that didn't get deposited until later. Okay, so if that's the case, then you'll be able to verify here. Another way for you to go is go into Shopify payouts and take a look at the date of the payout. And usually it takes a day or two to be deposited, and if that day or two falls into the next month, you know that should be the balance that you would be recording. So in this case, when you go into reconcile, you would be putting that difference, okay? Now, if there was no beginning balance, this should have been 102.55. Oh, let's clear that. 102.55, and the date is correct. So that should actually have given us zero difference. It's not because of the beginning balance, like I said, because this is just a bogus account. But that should have given us a zero balance, and you're able to finalize. You want to make sure that there is a zero difference at the end of the day, okay? And that you verify that each of these transactions has actually matched what is reported in Shopify. And you want to make sure that this deposit here represents the credit card payments minus all the fees that was recorded into an expense account, okay? So that's how you do it. And that's how you reconcile. All right, so I'm gonna go back. So this is how you do the workaround in Shopify. And I'm gonna tell you, this is actually saving a lot of time and headache. Okay, we're back here. Yay. Well, this is how we found out the best way to be dealing with all the challenges with just Shopify integration. Now, I hope that this is going to be useful to you. It has been very useful to all the clients that have been using my services. Now, if you need a little bit more assistance because it's a lot to take in, or if you have third-party apps and you have a little bit more complex integration and you want like a one-on-one tutorial, we offer that. So feel free to contact us and we can schedule time for you. You can hire us to help you out, understand what's going on, and also help you set up your account so you can have the clearing account and make sure that everything falls into place. All right, so if you like this content, I'm gonna ask you a favor. Make sure you click on the subscribe button, and if you're not sure you have subscribed but you enjoy our content, please do so. You have no idea how much it helps us, and it doesn't cost you anything. So we're gonna be back with more information that you can't find anyplace else. Maybe a lot of you losing hair and losing your mind because of all the challenges with the integration. We hope that QuickBooks will come up with that solution soon. But until then, this is the easiest way for you to be able to reconcile your integration with Shopify. Let us know if you have any questions. You can write down below. We're going to get back to you. And we're going to be back with more information. And I want you to know that the purpose of us helping you is because I want you to succeed. And I want to see you again, over and over again. And if you find this useful, share with all your coworkers, with all your friends, and be back for more. Have them subscribe as well. And I'll be back for more. And until next time, keep on smiling.